The Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
And this portion of our show brought to you by JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates, jewelry, letter, jackets, yearbooks, graduation products, and more. Online at jhacompany.com. Brian Guthrie, head coach of the Rockvale Rockets, joins us. And, well, we were following your game close last night. But before we go to the game, I want to talk about the ceremony that happened before, because that was absolutely awesome.
Excuse me.
And tell us a little bit about that, or if you got a chance. I don't know where you were stationed, but
well, it was at halftime.
Yeah.
But we let our band. So the band played before the game, so they could do their show. Alex Sears is our band director, and he's a great guy. He works with us. One of the best I've ever been around. And then we had a big military presentation before the game. We played the service melody.
Awesome, yeah.
And had all the service flags out there. And then Bo Bryan, our senior offensive tackle, played the national anthem on his electric guitar.
Oh, good. That's great.
Uniform.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And then at halftime, we had all the teams that were going to use the field. They lined up on the field, and then we walked and had the Sabres, the ROTC Sabre team or group or whatever it's called, there, and had the sponsors walk through there and handed them plaques and took pictures and all that kind of stuff.
Who coordinated all that for that? It was
Jonna Wright.
Okay, it was really well done.
Jonna Wright, she is a assistant principal. She is she's awesome. I asked her back about 2 or 3 months ago. I said, Miss Wright, I'm obviously not going to be able to do all this. So would you do it? And she's Rockvale through and through, and she jumped in and handled all that, and Crutchfield helped, and
the Brown family was there.
The Brown family was there. We dedicated it to the field to Homer Brown, named it Homer Brown Field, and that was really special. We talked when we were trying to finalize the last bit of money that we needed. We talked about naming the field after somebody, and I'm really happy it ended up the way it did, because the Brown family is really special out in Rockvale.
Well, of course, I'm out that area a lot,
right.
And I drove by there, and I just watched the stages of that turf being put down and things, and I go, it's amazing what they can do in really kind of a short amount of time.
Listen, Lou Warner and his crew are top notch.
He's the best. Yes, sir.
He's the best.
And they unfortunately, the game didn't turn out, but it was a great game. It was an exciting game. Nolensville's a good ball club. I'm not going to kid about it. They're pretty tough.
They are. They're well coached. Paul Derrick and those guys do a great job over there, and those kids are well coached, and they don't make a ton of mistakes. And unfortunately we made a lot of them, and you just can't. When it comes down to it, the team makes less mistakes when they're pretty evenly matched. Is going to win the game. So
down, but not out. You came back and went for 2, tied it up, and things were looking pretty good for the Rockets up at that point.
Yeah, real proud of our kids. I mean, we could have. It was 7-6 at halftime, and that's because we drove the ball down twice and got stalled out and had to kick 2 field goals. And I can't say enough about our freshman kicker, Isaac Troutman. I mean, he's a freshman, and he got in there with ice in his veins and just pounded both of them. He's going to be a really good player. Yeah, I mean, we went down 2 scores in the second half, and just right off the bat, and our kids could have laid down, and they didn't. They fought back. We played hard the entire night. We just got to minimize mistakes that hurt ourselves.
Elliott, first start, nice game, really good. 14 of 28, 212 yards, rushed for 47. I know there are probably some highs and lows with his performance as well, but overall, I think you'd take it. There
were, but I'm real proud of Javion. He's got some really good running ability when he decides to pull it down, and he throws a really good ball. Some of them were off the mark a little bit, and we dropped some. And those are just things that those are just execution things that we've got to get better at. But he throws a really good ball and gets the ball out of his hands quick, and we do some things to let him run it, and he's just a really good athlete.
And Brian, is it safe to say, I guess, because we were at Smyrna, there were a lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties at that game. As the first game kind of, have you ever had one? You've been in one where it didn't go that way in the first game, and
yeah.
Is it
a couple?
Is it because of experience? Maybe sometimes.
Yeah. Usually. Yeah, usually, and we're playing a lot of kids that it's their first go round. So,
of course, you were on that team with Siegel, and
yeah, we didn't make many mistakes.
No, those are really two great teams.
That was a very those were very we were very disciplined football teams, and but I mean, and that's where we're trying to get to, and I think we figure some of that stuff out. We'll be a pretty good. And I told them kids last night that if we figure out how to minimize our own mistakes and not put ourselves in a bind, that we'll be a really good football team.
Hard enough to beat somebody if you don't. I
Right.
mean, without mistakes. Mentioned Jerrion Monk had 2 interceptions last night.
Yeah, man. Jay Monk is, he's a great kid, and he's super athletic, and I've been telling him all off season, look, man, you got the keys to the car, all you got to do is drive it. And he figured some things out last night and got him a couple of picks, and I was real proud of him.
That had to do great for his confidence going down the rest of the season.
I hope so.
Yeah. Jalen Morgan, another one, 6 receptions, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns, added to 2-point conversion. All those things, I know you had to be pumped because all those things have to go right toward the end of a game. You're trying to come back. And to convert that 2-point conversion, I guess you guys were sky high after that at that point.
Yeah, we were. I mean, we were planning for playoff. I mean, we were planning for the, what do you call it after? Tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Whatever, overtime.
Overtime,
Thank
yeah.
you. I still hadn't woke up all the way yet. And so, but we got a penalty there right after we scored, and but a personal foul penalty or an unsportsmanlike penalty, and that that hurt us. That gave them a lot better field position, and there's just some things that happened there at the end that we didn't do well. We didn't handle well, and it ended up giving them a chance to kick a field goal.
Well, regardless of the loss, a great night at Rockvale, and I know the performance, that comeback was pretty incredible. You got Smyrna coming in now.
Yeah, Smyrna, yeah, and I haven't had a chance to watch them yet. I'm a late night guy. I can't sleep after a game, so I usually stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning watching our film and stuff. So I usually sleep till 8 or 9, and then I come do this, and then I got to go watch. Then I'll go watch Smyrna. So I haven't seen them yet. I know their quarterback transferred from us, Britton Jenkins, and apparently he had a decent night. Like I said, I don't know. I know they're usually, Matt does a great job and they're usually really good on defense, and so, I'm sure it'll be par for the course, and so we'll have to figure out how to minimize our mistakes and then try to stop them at the same time.
Well, there were many penalties against Smyrna and Riverdale last night, so I don't know. They kind of experienced the same thing you guys experienced a little bit with penalties and that kind of thing. Matt is solid head coach, and that's, to me, is the hardest thing about Smyrna because he is such a good coach, and trying to outmatch him and that kind of thing. But really, just play your game, right? I mean, it's one at a time, and come on, the same cliches, but that's so true.
Yeah, I mean, we got to work on us and all that, and it's all it's all true. I mean, we got to get better at us. If we don't get better at us, then it don't matter who we play, we're not going to do well. So we got to get better at us, and we will, because I know our kids will come Monday ready to work.
Brian Guthrie, our guest, and I just, in the last couple of minutes we have, it's hard to kind of go, well, where are we at this point? Where do you think you are with them at this particular moment in time? Eliminate mistakes. Is that the biggest key? I know you've kind of said that a few times.
That's the biggest key. I mean, we're relatively healthy, knock on wood, right now, and I think we're real close. I'm just, you get tired of being close, so we want to try to figure out how to get over the hump and get where we need to be.
Before I let you go, too, I wanted to ask again about last night. The thing. It's kind of one of those goosebump kind of things, doesn't it? When you see the patriotism and the turf. It's kind of based on that as well.
Yeah, and our Bush Club put 450 American flags around the stadium.
Awesome.
It was a really cool night. I just want to take a minute to thank all our sponsors and everybody that came through and helped us and get this project done. I mean, it was tough and it was a labor of love and it turned out great, and I think it's going to be great for Rockvale High School and our community.
It seemed like that by the time you all decided you're going to get turf, it seemed like I know it probably felt like 5 years to you, but it was a short period of time, and to get all of that together, and I imagine coming down 99 and looking over there and seeing that going on, man, that had to be an amazing night. It's one that people won't ever forget, really.
I hope so.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Good luck next week. And this portion, that's Brian Guthrie, if you didn't know already. This portion of the show is brought to you. I talked to him. I've known him a long time. That's why it sounds like we're.
The wonderful personality and.
Hey, yeah, you're all right. This portion of the show is brought to you by.
That's what my wife said.
Edward Jones. You really think so? Okay.
Sometimes.
We need to stop, don't we?
Yes.
Okay. Edward Jones, financial advisor, Lee Colvin, who will work with you to develop a complete, tailored strategy to help you achieve your financial goals. That's Edward Jones, financial advisor, Lee Colvin. And we're going to be back with more of the Wake Up crew. There I go. The Prentice Salsa Heating and Air Coach's Corner.
We're talking now with Heather here at Carpets by Osborne. Tell us what it's like to work at a family business.
It's a lot of fun. However, it's a lot of work. Everybody has to pull their weight equally.